Alright everyone, my name is Eric. I'm the TA for Section 2 and Section 10. And we'll be doing Experiment 19. We're going to show you guys how to sort of walk through it and how to really perform it. We're going to try to highlight some stuff. Of course, we're following all the safety procedures and all that. But you guys can follow along in your report and everything. But we're just going to jump straight to it. We already did some preparation. And so, we're reading our first part. In Part A, we're taking the pH of things in our households. So we already prepared some solutions, 5 milliliters of each solution. And we're going to be taking the wide range pH first and then the narrow range. So this wide range, we got 1 to 11 here. We have different colors indicating our pH. So we're going to try them out on each of our substances. We got a few here. So, I'm just going to go down the list. So we have bottled water. So some spring water. So, as long as you can see everything. So we just take our pH meter or pH stick, and all we simply do, we're gonna get in there, we're gonna sort of dip it in. There you go. So I got a chunk of it. You can see it changes color. So you can see it looks like, all we have to do is take the pH and we match it with what it looks like according to the paper here. So our paper indicates that this would be between 6 and 7, looking more like 6. So, I would say maybe this is a pH of 6. It's slightly more acidic, with 7 is the, neutral range. And then above that you get, or below that you get slightly acidic. And above that you get more basic. So we're looking at a 6 here. So I'm going to go ahead and note that down. pH, my paper, I have a 6. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving on. Our next one is mouthwash. So mouthwash. We want to do the same kind of deal here. Grab our pH stick, and all we're doing is we're going to be repeating this for all these multiple different ones. So all I want to do is dip it in there for a little bit, and now you see a different color here. So now I'm going to compare it to my pH meter here. So now it's looking more yellow, so this is going to tell me this is more acidic. So here I'm looking at between a range of 3 or 4. I'd probably say around 4, maybe closer to the 3 side, but it's just an estimate. We're definitely between 3 and 4. We're not, I wouldn't say we're in 5 or 2 for sure. So we can say somewhere between, even 4 is probably the more accurate one. So 4 for mouthwash. Then next we have drain cleaner. I'm going to set this aside. You want to be careful. Some of these. So we have drain cleaner next. Drain cleaner. Here we go. All right. So, hopefully you guys are familiar with some of these substances. You might be able to just think like, do we expect this to be acidic or more basic? Well, we're going to definitely find out here for sure. So immediately I got a very dark color. Dark color drain cleaner. So we're looking at a pH of 10 or 11. I'm looking at 11, I'd say. And it makes sense. pH cleaners, drain cleaners are going to be very basic to try to, get whatever's out of your drain. We want to break it down and dissolve it. So we're looking at a pH of about 11. So, that makes perfect sense here with the drain cleaner. So far everything's making sort of sense. So pH of 11. Now our lemon juice. Lemon juice. So if you guys are familiar with lemon, just lemon tend to be slightly more acidic. We're going to see if that sort of confirms it. I would say I'm giving you guys a spoiler, but really we're going to find out here. It doesn't matter. So all right, here we go. So it doesn't, we got a color, we got a acidic. We dipped it in, we got it still acidic. So we're looking at slightly or quite acidic here with the lemon juice. So we're looking at I'd say about a pH about 3, maybe between 3 or 2. So it doesn't really matter, Again, it's just an estimate. So I'd say about 3. Sounds about right. The lemon juice. Now for beer, we actually didn't have beer in the lab. I should have brought one from home. Relax, drink a little bit, take. Nah, I'm just kidding. But beer, we don't have beer, so we're gonna go ahead and move on without that one. Baking powder. All right, we got baking powder. We're gonna see what that one looks like. Out of the way. Again, we're just running through these pH meters. Hopefully you guys are aware what pH is and what we're doing. We're just measuring the concentration, the negative log concentration of the H3O plus ions. That's what the pH actually means. Let's see. There we go. So immediately again, quick change. We're looking at dark green, maybe between 8 to 7. I'd say closer to 7. As long as you're in that range, we're gonna take more, and we're also, keep in mind, we're gonna take a narrow range, and we're gonna find out what that narrow range one is to give us a more accurate one. But like right now, we're looking at around 7. So, all right. So we're gonna keep moving along. Gonna note that down. Next, we have vinegar. So vinegar. I'm looking at maybe an acid. All right. So, same deal. Nothing really changing. Just gonna slightly dip this in. Let it rest. Vinegar, as expected, is acidic. We're looking at a pH about 3. So vinegar is going to be acidic. We use vinegar in our labs, acetic acid. Yeah, so it's not no surprise there. So we're looking at pH about 3. So baking soda, right? Baking soda, right? Now we're looking at baking soda. Our next one. Dip in there, and we see a pretty solid change. I would go with the top more than the bottom of what you want to be accurate. It looks slightly green on the bottom, but more blue on the top. The top is going to be more accurate. It's more dipped in there. So I'd say it's a pH about 8 for baking soda. Yeah, pH about 8. So that makes sense. I'm going to write that down. Move it along. Now we have milk. So, you know, see if we get this one. I'm interested too, because I drink milk every morning. So, you know, I want to know how pH balanced I am. Try to grab that right. So milk, same deal. You know, dip it in. All right. So we got a good chunk of it on there. And we're looking at a pH about 7, which is maybe between 7 and 6. I'd say it's closer to like, what do you think?
It's around 6.
Around 6, okay, that makes sense. You know, it's not too far off. So we can find out in our narrow range, but we're looking at a pH about 6. Slightly more acidic, but that's fine. Still enough. Good range, so that's good. Soda. Now soda. Soda, what do we expect for soda? We're gonna go ahead and find out. Same deal. Get it. Dip it in there. Alright. This makes sense. You got a same color of the pH beeper almost. We're looking at 3. It's pretty acidic. So soda is an acid, it's acidic. So we're looking at a pH of 3 for the cola. So 3. Now we're moving on to liquid soap. So, you know, this is a particular interest.